Hi, Saintjerome Crypto Experience is bringing yet another crypto experience. Today is 4/12 of 25. Recently, my X account got taken over by somebody. They stole my account. So if you see Saint Jerome C at Saint Jerome CE, it's no longer me. I'll see what I can do. I'll try to get back on X right now. So far, all my other channels are me. I don't go and make side deals with somebody. So if you're making a side deal and they say they're me, they're not me. So just be careful about there. There's so much scamming. Oh my gosh, I keep getting calls about someone from Romania has used your Coinbase. Somebody from Italy. I'm not on Coinbase anymore. It's not me. And I get tons of those calls, and I'm sure you do too. They try to get you to panic and make a mistake. That's kind of what I did on X, but it was a goofy thing. I was looking for a dog of all things. So anyway, that's behind me now. Think we're good. So the tariffs have got everybody in a panic. It's like FUD and it's fear, doubt, misunderstanding, and then you got FOMO, fear of missing out. They don't know what to do. So the markets all crash, and all the doomsayers, especially on one leaning a certain way, that way, for you guys. They were saying, "Oh, this is it. Oh, he does. The president doesn't know what he's doing." And then, bam, very next day, everything rallies back like set records. So, what's the takeaway from this? We're in volatile times, and it's kind of hard to know where to put your finger on things. This is not financial advice, but I'm kind of one to say if you see a way to trade a good asset for another asset that is a great deal, that's okay to do. But these got to be assets that you're going to need when the fiat currency goes boom. So, what did the rich folks do? They bought the dip. And then what did the next richer person do? They bought the actual dip. And then what did the most richest and smartest person of all do? They bought the dip of the dip. And that's what you got to do. You got to time it to buy the dip. So, what are some intelligent things that one can do right now? Well, I think the ISO20022 tokens are just going to be outstanding. I have my other favorites too. I have Litecoin and Bitcoin and Theta, even though Theta's had it rough lately. And by the way, you need to take your Theta, if you have Theta on the Exodus wallet, you need to get it off. So just a little word of warning. I've been warned by others about that. So what are the ISO 222 tokens? XRP, Cardano, Quant, Algorand, Stellar, Hedera Hashgraph, IOTA, XDC. Okay. So XRP, it's number one on the list. It's optimized for fast, low cross-border payments. Cardano, a secure, scalable blockchain for smart contracts. That's ADA. XRP, some people call it Ripple. That's the name of the lab. Quant, QNT, enables seamless blockchain interoperability. Algorand, a scalable, high-speed blockchain for enterprises. Stellar, XLM, sometimes called Stellar Lumens, facilitates quick, low-cost international transfers. Hedera Hashgraph, HBAR, uses Hashgraph for secure, efficient transactions. IOTA, or MIOTA, MIOTA, a feeless, lightweight network for IoT. XDC network, a hybrid blockchain for trade and finance. So I believe those tokens have a huge upside, and I would hesitate to, this is not financial advice, just me. I'd hesitate to mess around trading those back and forth too much. Now, I do follow somebody named Jay Snips, and he was timing his sale of XRP. But I said, I really do think XRP isn't going to lose value in the long run, and I do see it to have a tremendous gain. So I'm kind of a hodler at heart. However, if you can make some deals along the way, so what's a deal that not so much crypto, but wow, it's just their way to do it. And by the way, if you got XCN, which I don't know that much about, I thought it was XDC at first, then I found out it was XCN. Now, if I'm wrong on this, sorry, I do not believe it is ISO 222 compliant. Let's read what CoinGecko says about XCN. So XCN, which I messed up with XDC at first, and then I realized there are different things, is called Onyx Coin. It had a tremendous rise. At one point, I noticed it was 71%, and everybody's like, wow. And then I noticed it went down about 10%. So if you recall, XRP did a similar thing recently. It just shot up there, then it fell back. And this is very typical of crypto, especially this may be a great crypto. I don't know too much about it, but I do know about the ISO 20022 compliant coins. Let's see what else about it here. It's got a market cap of 675 million and circulating supply is about 33 billion, and that's just kind of close. Let's see, historical data. Yeah, the all-time high is way more than they just said this here. Like that all-time high is was pretty darn good the other day. Okay. Anyway, going on from that, Onyx is an infrastructure for a multi-asset, scalable, and cryptographically secure ledger. Onyx functions as a blockchain-based technology that enhances financial ecosystems by enabling a more efficient and interconnected economy with a mission to develop cryptographic ledgers that optimize security, scalability, and usability. XCN is native to the Onyx XCN ledger blockchain and is a ERC20 token for staking and governance. Well, right off the bat, I am not a fan of Ethereum anymore. I got really offset by when you tried to move Ethereum, you were paying tremendous transaction fees in order to do that. And Bitcoin was doing the same thing. Those two guys were just manipulating the area, and those were the big two. Got a lot of competition nowadays, so a lot of ways around it. But I'm not a fan of Ethereum. However, it does have a lot of use cases still. But you may hear me call Bitcoin a bit old and dodgy, and I think Ethereum's a bit old and dodgy. Do they have use case? Oh yeah, they both have tremendous use cases. I believe Bitcoin's a good store of your wealth. I believe Ethereum still got a lot of use as a coin you need to transact. Well, recently the United States has been supporting five cryptos in general. We have XRP, we have Cardano, Solana, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So here's kind of an old slide, but there they are, Bitcoin. And I want to throw in, I threw this slide in there because I believe Litecoin is going to be very important too. It's a great transaction coin for peer-to-peer. I think it's a lot better than Bitcoin at the moment. It's based off of the Bitcoin chain. It was a fork off of it, except the blocks are 4 times bigger, a lot faster, and transaction fees are really small, just pennies. Versus Bitcoin can be pretty pricey just to move some value. And Litecoin at the same time is super fast. So super fast and low fee. There's more transactions made in Litecoin last year than there were in Bitcoin. So some people say buy the dip and then hodl when you need to. Make trades that make sense. Can you trade your crypto for precious metals? Well, I know some people who traded some crypto, a little Bitcoin, matter of fact, recently when silver dropped down to 29 cents. I wish it was 29 cents, $29 an ounce. And they were calculating the losses they had taken that time recently on Bitcoin and silver and realized that that was a good buy with Bitcoin. So they traded some Bitcoin for some silver at that price. So, and that was a friend of mine. And those are some things you can do. You look and like that. Now, I look today and Bitcoin's up, silver's up. But I think getting able to get silver at that rate was amazing. Now gold's been going through the roof. Holy cow! What was it? The last time I looked, it was around $3,250, which is value, which is the around the all-time high. I knew they hit that with when it was over 32. And here is a slide showing you many gold coins and many silver coins. So it looks like we got some silver eagles and a few other, looks like maple leaves in there. I see Krugerrand and gold, a little mix of things. But the historic ratio from the constitutional days is silver to gold is about 15 or 16 silver ounces equal 1 gold ounce. And historically, that was the case for a long, long time. And then we started messing around with the silver. And here's the other crazy thing. Silver comes out of the ground, I heard between 7 and 8 to 1, but the latest I heard was at 8 to 1 to gold. So shouldn't it be like 1/8 the value of gold? I don't know, but it seems like $30 anything as a bargain on silver. It's being suppressed and held down. And if you listen to Big Swear and some others, it is ready to blow. It's needed in technology. Everything we do tech-wise has a lot of silver in it. So what do we see so far? We see that the ISO20022 tokens, some people say, are going to be incredibly valued in the crypto world. It looks like a lot of companies are headed that way. We're seeing lots of states get into crypto now. We're seeing lots of companies get into crypto. The banks are now getting cryptos. There's ETFs all over the place in crypto. Crypto is going to be, I believe, part of our basket when we're going to refinance our currency. I am pretty positive, not financial advice. But I think our fiat Federal Reserve dollars are going away. I believe we're going to get a form of a treasury dollar backed by assets, and crypto is going to be one. But precious metals is going to be another. I believe, folks, we have way more gold than we're letting on. There's way more gold in Fort Knox. I hear rumors that a lot of our national parks, and especially ones you can't really get into too much, they've got a lot of gold in there. I've heard rumors that the bottom of the Grand Canyon is just got gold. I'll say gold dust for lack of a better word, but you can see it shimmer even certain times. Like, got tons of gold down there, and I hear we're guarding it very heavy. Is that true? I think it is. And I also heard we have repatriated a lot of gold recently. So I think we got way more than we're letting on. And part of the tariff deals with countries, I was listening to Jim Willie talk. He believes that we're going to make deals with them and then buy back some of our debt with treasuries they're holding with gold into some form. Probably not a 1-to-1 ratio, but if you're holding a treasury that's kind of worthless, you might be settling for get some actual gold. So that means we'd have to have quite a bit in order to do that. And I heard a really crazy number of what we had. So ISO 222 tokens, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and then we talked about Solana and Ethereum being very valuable right now. I want to throw Theta in there for the crypto world, and then the metals. And Palladium's doing very well. Even copper is going up, but I have a hard time dealing with anything except for silver and gold. They were the ones originally coined as money, and they are truly money. But boy, that ratio right now, if you have an ounce of gold, even though the price is really high, not financial advice, you just may want to take advantage of that around 100-to-1 ratio. Yowzers, right? So, and like I said, I think silver is going to be the one to pop, and so do a lot of other people too. And don't forget about the new personal currency called goldbacks. Goldbacks are legal species now, tender, and 5 states, soon to be 7 states. So we have Utah, Nevada, South Dakota, Wyoming, New Hampshire, and Florida is a recent one. And Florida is a big deal. Big deal. There in those states, there are businesses that take goldbacks over fiat, and then you really get a bit of a discount too when you use them, because you can buy goldbacks at less than the exchange rate. Not by a lot, but by a little bit. When I first discovered goldbacks, only like about a little bit over a year ago, they were like $3.50 for one goldback. That represents 1/1000th of an ounce of gold. Wow. Today it was $6.52 for one goldback. So that's not 100% increase, but it's getting close to that, a little bit higher. You get to $7. We're not that far away, 50 cents away in value. That is a 100% value in just like a year and a half. And what's cool about these is you can be using them the whole time as currency to use in transactions. Many businesses take them at several hundreds now. If you go to goldback.com, you can get on their map and choose where to spend, and shoom, it pops up all over the United States. And even in states that don't officially sponsor goldbacks yet, they still, there's a lot of business that'll take them. Even in Illinois, I found several places that will accept the goldbacks. So that's pretty cool. So, and if you want to recover the gold, it's there. So one goldback has 1/1000th of an ounce, and 50 goldbacks has 1/20th of an ounce. And they've got, in the Florida denominations that are recently out, they've added more bills. You got a half, 2, and a 100, and I might be missing another one in there too, not sure, but the 100 is 1/10 of an ounce. So, and that's, as you see, they get bigger and they get denser as you get more gold. And the half is a new one. It's quite a bit smaller than the one, but still not too small. So they're pretty neat that they have the different sizes, and every picture on them is of a woman, and something woman doing something in history. These were good artwork, but the Florida ones are fantastic. Holy cow. And soon coming is Arizona and Oklahoma, and they're supposed to be this year. So anyway, my fantasy is to take a trip and spin goldbacks as I go west and then come back maybe, but I don't know if that fantasy will ever happen, but it's a good thought. And a good safe place to store your crypto, if you want to store it individually, is the different wallets like here. And look at that. There's four of the big ones I've been talking about. XRP Ballet has a new little wallet that looks like a coin. I think it sells for about $25, and it is an XRP only wallet. Now, if you go to Ballet through my hookup, they're not going to give me any credit for selling that. And it's just ridiculous. But they will give me credit if you get any of these real wallets like that. That's the standard wallet. Price has gone up quite a bit lately, unfortunately, as the tariffs are hitting this. Uh, the wallet is made in two different places. Half of it is made in Singapore and the other half in Las Vegas. So in order to send off this wallet, you have to peel back the public code on the outside, and that is half of what you need to send, and the other half is on the bottom is a secret pass phrase. You have to have both. Well, one was printed in one country, one was printed in the other country, and no human saw it. They printed them and erased them. So I have not heard of any of these being hacked. The only way to hack them is if you steal the card from somebody and you physically have the card. And that's a warning. If you do use the Ballet wallet, which I think is a great wallet, it does over 100 coins. And if you have an XRP wallet, the full size wallet here, you can still get 100 more coins on it. If you have that new little coin wallet I talk about, just like a circle like that, it only supports XRP. And there's one for Bitcoin like that too, but it's cheaper. If you only want to do XRP, it's just $25. So the new price on these is about $50, 50, 51 or so. It just kind of depends. I do have a code down below if you're interested. If you get the main wallet, I will get a little credit, and I'd appreciate that. Speaking about goldbacks, I have a link to that, and you can vault your goldbacks. It's a crazy good deal when you vault your goldbacks. You can do it for free at Alpine. Well, it's actually United Precious Metals Association. I have a link down below, and you can vault your goldbacks for free. And if you lease them to so that they can make more goldbacks using your value, they'll give you 2% a year in goldbacks for the amount you lease, not in gold, not in fiat, but in goldbacks. So just think about that. Goldbacks went up almost 100% this year. So not only would you get the 2% increase, but those that you got pretty much doubled in value. So we're probably talking realistically around 8 to 10%. Not financial advice, but that's a good option. So, well, anyway, I'm here today just to say the tariff world's come in. Don't panic. Matter of fact, DJT, Donald John Trump, just had a funny word for it. He calls them panicans. Don't be a panican. Don't be a franikin. I just made that up. So I believe in look for a deal on the trade, but trade value for value. When you one thing that a lot of my friends swap on is they'll trade Litecoin for Digibyte because everybody believes Digibyte is going to be very important too, and I think it is. It's a good one to get. But they'll go on those ratios just like silver to gold, like that. So then look for that silver to gold ratio. You might be trading there, and you might be trading crypto to precious metals, and that's easy to do nowadays. Most of the big dealers like JM Bullion or SD Bullion or Money Metals, and I'll put a plug for Defy the Grid. They're smaller, but very friendly, easy to work with, and they charge you nothing if you buy goldbacks. They don't charge you nothing. They don't charge you any surcharge if you use a credit card, which is about the only one of those I know if you buy goldbacks, and a goldback price is very competitive anyway. So, well, thanks for watching today. Don't let all this talk get to you. Make some wise moves, not financial advice, but actually you can almost take that financial advice. Look to buy the dip, And as Jay Snip says, you might want to lick a little ice cream, lick a little profit. That doesn't have to be in fiat cash, though. You can lick a little crypto profit by going into precious metals. I don't see the downside on silver, but that's just me. You know, you might get some precious metals in there too. A little bag of both is good to have. So buy the dip. Don't fall for the FOMO. The rich people all bought the dip, and then look for those ratios you can trade in and hodl on. If you're got fiat, you know, might want to put it in things of value, even like concrete things like storage food or things of self-defense, etc. All right, thanks for watching today. And if you have any questions, drop in the comments below. I got a 750 subscriber contest coming up, getting closer all the time. I will give $50 USD at this point in some kind of crypto to whoever wins. I'll pick that winner randomly. And then a 22nd place, $20, and a $10 third place. That's pretty cool, I think. So thanks for watching. And you have one more thing. Westwood meetup and the Litecoin Lisa and Clint Westwood meetup June the 20th at the Room in Metamora, Illinois. Probably get there about 3:30 or 3 in time for the happy hour show. All right, now I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.